I'm starting the stream just so I can make
sure. Oh God.
I've got everything up and running.
Okay, I'm nearly done with making God's mistake. Give me 2 seconds.
You're just going to be doing this through all the questions. Just
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, I'm like 30 seconds from finishing.
Right,
I'm excited for this masterpiece.
Yeah.
Whatever it looks like, let's just make it the thumbnail of this.
Please do.
Oh, I will.
Oh my God. Yes.
I will when I...
How tall did I say he was again? 4'1"? Done.
Plus the butterfly.
Today we have created art.
Alright, here's the link.
Oh, yes.
If any of you guys want to paste it, I'm going to post it on the Twitter.
No. Who do you think you are?
And... But if any of you guys have other places...
Okay. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
The edges of our seats.
Alright, let's see.
Okay. Got it. I hate myself.
Actually, I don't know
Here
if I
we
can
go.
change the...
Yes!
This is art. This is true art.
I love that my art was able to add to your art.
This is true art.
That's when they were kids.
No, this is just now.
At the grand old age of what, 26? How old are you? When I was a lad at the ripe age of 27.
Oh my God.
Back in my early 40s.
When I was a spry young thing.
With my snapper, me.
I was a crafty rapscallion with my megaphone. You won't believe the things those trees heard. It was just the same name over and over again.
I have never saved a picture so
shenanigans with
fast.
that megaphone.
Usually very breathy and slightly gay.
Only slightly.
It's like sniffing a fine wine, like, yes, I'm getting undertones of homosexual.
Oh, I promise you.
Like a
Here we
sprinkling
go.
of gay.
Now that the stream's starting,
Now that the
let's
stream
go.
is... Oh yeah, no, the stream is started. This is recorded for all time.
For posterity.
Fantastic.
Start as we mean to continue.
I'm just posting the link places so that I don't forget, because my little ADD brain will forget if I don't do it right now. And then we can have some semblance of, well, not order, but you know.
Not with this lot, Sonny Jim. I don't think so.
I never expected any different, fear not.
You chose us well.
I knew what I was getting into here, don't worry. Oops. Okay. The other thing I had to do is I live with two small children. Well, no. Well, sort of. I live with two small children who I had requested not be on the main floor while I do this, because I'm in the basement right now, and everything they do and stomp and, you know, can be heard through the floor. So instead, I think they are upstairs because I haven't heard them. So hopefully it will remain that way, but we'll see, I guess.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Alright, but I do have everything set up, I think, and I've posted the link places. Alright, where's my document? Okay. So, let's get this shit show on the road. Alright.
Yeah.
So for people who are tuning in, we are doing a Q&A and chat session and whatever else this turns into as we've all gathered here today. I guess we'll find out. But if you're here, you probably have some idea of what this is. If not, cool. I don't know how you got here, but that's great. We're all part of a fantasy adventure podcast audio drama thing. And in the background, we have an artist that is drawing one of the characters, which is what you guys are seeing on the screen. You will be hearing us talking. I'm going to let everyone here kind of introduce themselves, and I'm checking my list to make sure that I got everything that I was going to say, and I think that's it. So we can just go down, since we're all in Discord, we can just go down the list of top to bottom and just say who you are and who you play and anything else that you want to say immediately. So go ahead.
Who's at the top?
You.
As it should be. Right. Okay. Listen up, kids. Hi, my name's Liz, Elizabeth Plant, also known as Celestial VA, and I play the absolute queen that is Rowena. Yeah, I don't know. What is there to say about me that can be summed up in 30 seconds? I'm on the wine, is what we'll say.
Excellent. Excellent.
Staying true to my character. So, next.
Alright, next.
Hi, I'm Justice Hart, and I'm playing Aurora in the podcast, and most places I go by Disruptive Goat, though.
Alright. I guess I technically should do myself as well. So my name is Emmett, and I am the person that writes the things. And you don't often hear my voice, maybe in announcements occasionally. But I write the stories and I write the scripts, and that's basically what I do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Me next?
Yep.
Cool. Hi there, my name's Adam Betts, and I play big old shouty boy Daniel. Or as Rowena likes to call him, 4'1" megaphone dude.
Yeah, tiny boy. Tiny Shelterson.
That's the one. Tiny boy who's actually tally boy, but we'll get to that. Don't worry about that.
Lies.
I go by Karma, mostly on many social media places. That's about it, really.
Cool. Hi, I'm Mimi Brown, or Mimi B, and I play the nervous ball of energy that is Harriet. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Oh, I do a great butterfly with a top hat.
Yes, she does.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
she does, and that's not a euphemism.
What euphemism would that be?
This time.
Alright.
Give us like half an hour.
Fantastic.
So sorry.
I'm Aubrey Poppleton, also known as Poppletron, and I play Silas and Jackson. And totally forgot we were doing this, and so I've been eating, and so now my voice is all messed up.
Hey, that's okay.
He's a spicy boy tonight.
Alright. Let me see. Sorry, I have a document of like things I want to say and I don't forget. Since I forgot to share the link somewhere with someone. Anyhow, I thought for the most part, I have a bunch of questions that are kind of just open, whoever wants to answer them. And then I also have some questions that are more specific to different characters. And then I figured if you guys at any point, also, if you have questions that come up for each other or something that comes up while we're talking, feel free to cut in with one of those. I don't really have a big structured thing here. I just kind of wanted to have a fun little Q&A/chat session, and I figured we could kind of just play it by ear and see how it goes. So if that's all right with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I've
yeah.
got some general questions. First of which is just for those of you guys that feel like answering. How did you get into voice acting? And I know this is a very not interesting question to start with, but I feel like it's a good starting place.
I can kick this off if everyone doesn't mind.
Go for it.
Sure. Well, I guess voice acting was something I was always interested in, but I had no means to go about it, and no idea how to get into it. I was quite a nervous kid. But one day, I was at this like anime like club thing, and I was talking to this guy who happened to be making this game, and he just asked me if I'd ever done voice acting, and I told him the same, that it's something I wanted to try and get into. And also at the time I was studying music in college, so I had all the equipment ready to go. So I took that opportunity to go into a studio and just blasted away at what I needed to do, and it started from there. I just loved it, and I carried on since.
It's awesome. I feel like a lot of people I've talked to, the story's kind of been by accident for a lot of people. I know for me that's basically how I've gotten into anything.
Much, yeah.
So I totally can feel that one. But
You don't choose the voice acting life; it chooses you.
it just
Oh, yeah.
chooses you.
Oh boy, does it! It takes you in a sack and beats you around the head until you give in. Drink water! Drink it now! And I'm like, no, please, please. I just want coffee, please.
Please leave me be.
Please, sir, I don't want any more.
You must do it.
That's
again, like for me, it's similar where it's like it's something I always wanted to do, but I never had the means to like go about like knowing how to start. And so like I was just this kid wanting. It's like that's not in my range. It's like that won't happen. Until my first time going to Comic-Con, I saw a panel with Rob Paulson, the legend. And someone asked him, how do you start? And it's like, oh, there's these websites where you get mutual exposure, writers and directors. Directors and VAs, sorry.
Yeah.
And so I started doing it from there, and I finished high school, did it here and there, didn't do a lot, but for me, the big push for me was actually getting really sick my senior year and not being able to do anything else after I graduated. It's like the one thing that kept me going and kept me pushing through my health problems. And now I'm here, and it's too late to quit now. So
You're in the
keep
hole.
going. Yeah, gonna keep going till I make it.
Yeah, that's pretty much almost exactly the same as me, if I'm honest. Because I've had CFS ME since I was 8, which is a chronic illness, which like is mostly hereditary, and it's pretty much incurable. And like the only thing that made me feel like I was a normal kid was acting. So I started acting when I was about 13, 14, in stage and film and stuff. And then I discovered voice acting once, like, growing up, and I broke my voice, actually, when I was 16, doing a musical with laryngitis.
Oh, no.
And so my voice, like, drastically changed, and my confidence, like, absolutely bottomed because I couldn't sing anymore, and like I was like, well, fuck, like what is this? But then like one of my American friends reached out to me and was like, hey, this person needs like a British accent, and like he's heard like the tone of your voice from like recordings of the shows that you've been in, and like some of the TV film stuff that you've done when you were younger. And I'm like, mate, I do not sound like that anymore. Like you don't understand. And they were like, no, just try it. Like he's after like such and such a type of voice. So then I like sent off a reel and an audition, and I got it. And then I was like, fuck, okay, this is cool. And like it doesn't matter what I look like or like what I'm physically capable of being, like, you know, a disabled person in the world that still isn't made for us. I was like, oh, like this is everything that makes me feel alive and special. So not to make it sad boy hours.
I'm gonna cry.
No, it's like voice acting makes me feel so powerful, and that's why I love playing characters like Rowena. It's like taking back control and like being in charge of my voice, and like, yeah, like I just love voice acting more than oxygen, to be honest, because I think it does so much for so many people. And so like, yeah, that's how I got into it, and that's what I intend to do until I can no longer speak.
Hey, understandable.
Awesome.
All right. Does anyone else want
Yeah,
to follow that up?
I don't know if I can follow that.
Please,
Good
next
luck,
time
guys.
funny, show them your butterfly in a top hat, please.
You should have gone first, like me.
Yeah, I made a terrible mistake. But since I should say, for me, I did. I've done theatre and that side of things for a long time, but voice acting wise, it was something that I always loved, but couldn't seem to figure out how to get into, because for some reason I never made the connection that I could just buy a mic and get started. And then this year, COVID happened, and
Yay!
I kind of realized that if I wanted to do anything this year, then that was a really good thing to just invest my time in and to give it a go and see how it worked out. And I love it. And I'm now in the hole and I won't be leaving.
Welcome to the pit.
All right. Anyone else for this one?
Yeah, the whole reason I even looked at it in the beginning was I had a friend at work came up to me, asked me to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I ended up having to get a microphone. Started looking at mics. Then I found out from a video that voice acting was even a thing, and it never occurred to me. And then not too long after that, I got injured at work and had a lot of free time. So I started looking into voice acting stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
And for the record, you're all really good, so I'm really glad that for whatever the reason was, you decided to look into voice acting, because it's really awesome to work on a project with you all.
Oh,
No,
Mimi, you're buttering us up.
Oh, wait.
It's
Oh,
the
man.
genuine truth, though.
Saucy
realize
little
I think-
minx.
I think it's
It's
been.
great when you get into a
I missed my
circle.
5-year anniversary because I forgot about it for voice acting.
Oh, I thought you meant like you're here missing
No.
your 5-year
No.
anniversary with
No.
someone, and I was like,
No.
"This is why are you happy about that?"
Yeah, no, it was 2015 around this time.
Oh, awesome.
That's so
Well,
cute.
congrats on 5 years.
Yeah.
This is actually
I think-
just as a party. We all knew. This is a surprise party, and I hope you enjoy your surprise party. So,
That's wholesome.
I will say I've done a little bit of voice acting. I don't do it really as much now because my time is mostly eaten up with this. So writing scripts now mostly. But I very similarly got into doing this kind of stuff, which is, I mean, kind of how the whole make it into a podcast idea started. But I also started playing an RPG or a tabletop RPG game, and I had some people that I bought a shitty $20 mic off of Amazon, and that's how I landed my first thing, somehow. And then I kept doing that for a while, and I was part of like a streaming thing, and it never really took off, but it was fun, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. But it kind of got me thinking of like, what is another media that I could do that's not just, doing the same? Because in the past, Rifted has been novels, so I wanted to do something different. So it kind of got me thinking of like, what is another media that I could get into that would be fun and entertaining still. And I mentioned before I wanted the collaborative aspect before we started streaming, but that's sort of similarly how I got into doing any of this stuff, was just tabletop RPGs and like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. So indirectly got me into this and starting this project, but I think, let me see, that was a couple years ago though.
That's awesome.
It's been a couple years.
Imagine how
If I can add,
Mhm.
Anyone interested in starting voice acting, don't let mics deter you. You can use your phone, you can use your headset, use whatever mic you can find. You don't have to buy a super expensive one right off the bat, because the beginning it's all about practice and getting comfortable in front of the mic, and then learning about the technical stuff as you go. As my experience, anyways.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I've been doing this like 5-6 years, same as Aubrey, and like only, I want to say, in April or May did I stop using my blue ice snowball for like a quote-unquote professional mic.
Yeah.
And I was like, this feels like a betrayal of like where I started, but like...
And I had access to some good equipment to begin with, but my audio still sucked because I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
So like a good mic isn't going to make you good.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. It's all a journey.
Because like for like several years, my audio improved not because of new mics. It was the same mic. I just learned how to use it.
Mm-hmm. I learned to shut the curtains in my room.
Oh yeah, definitely.
One of the first projects I did was it was a Skyrim mod, and I had to do like combat noises and stuff.
Nice.
And I was in a room that had like a big glass door and like big like bay glass windows and stuff, and I was there like. And it was like echoing, and I was like, "Why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "I know, Elizabeth, you're 17. You should know by now."
But it's not something you think of when you're not voice recording. Like, you
No,
don't think of
exactly.
these things in life.
It's all
like
experience.
And another thing as well for anyone wanting to get into voice acting is just don't be scared to put yourself out there. Don't assume that you're not right for something. Give like any role you go for.
And so like you gotta learn not to take things personally, because it's like sometimes even if you're really good, it's not what the director wanted. So
It's never personal. Like,
yeah.
no director's going out there thinking that person, that specific person, how dare they audition for my project. It's just a case of someone's voice is right and someone else's voice is better for something else. It's never personal.
Of course.
Unless it is, then we'll start a hotline and collect your stories.
One of my ex-boyfriends is on CCC, and he auditioned for something, and I was like, "Bitch, do you know it's me or not?" Either way, audition deleted.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very occasionally personal.
The way I do it is I do an audition and then forget about it.
Yeah.
And if you happen to get it, oh, sweet, I got it. If not, did I do that audition? I don't remember.
Yeah, that's
funny sometimes.
months down the line, you forget.
You'll forget you've auditioned for something, and suddenly you'll get a notification. You got cast.
Yeah.
When did I audition for this?
It's like,
Hope
who
you're not
is
busy.
this?
Doing all these lines.
Who was Silas? And like sometimes, like the email auditions, like I have a bad habit of deleting. Like I don't back up my auditions.
Oh no.
And so like,
Dangerous game.
because they're usually backed up on the site or on attachments. But if it's like a Google like Forms, like I don't have it, and so like, do you have my audition? And like I gotta ask the director.
Jesus.
Because I have no idea what I did, and so like...
Yeah, remembering
like,
which voice you've done for a character you've auditioned for, like, thank you for the part. What was the part?
Yeah.
Alright, can you guys hear me? I lost connection
Oh,
for a second.
you're back.
Yeah.
You
But-
made it.
I don't know. I don't
Don't
know.
tell them what we did.
Oh no. You just talking shit the whole time, I'm sure.
I mean, clearly.
We went back to sad boy hours. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't know exactly how long it was out, but I guess we'll find out when this is.
You were just telling us the thing about all of you, and then there was just
Yeah.
silence.
Yep.
I think you were going to compliment us.
We hope.
I was, and I mean, kind of. I was gonna say.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore. You guys have ruined it. But
Oh.
you've lost the chance. But I was gonna say, I think for most of you guys, it was hard for me to. Some people were really hard to find voices for because I never really considered when once again everything was novels before. It was never, a very like auditory thing. So I didn't really know. Like in my head, I kind of had some idea of voices, but it was different when I was hearing people like voicing lines. But I think everyone at least it's in here, because Aurora had to get recast because the original guy that was playing Aurora couldn't stay. So aside from Justice, I think everybody here was like, I know for a fact that both Rowena, when I heard your audition for Rowena and your audition for Harriet, I was like, shit, those are like exactly right. And it wasn't like that with everybody, but there were definitely like a couple where I was like, okay, I don't know how, but like you nailed it. Like I don't know how you nailed like the non-existent voice in my head, but you did. So
were there anybody who like went past your expectations and made something new that you loved?
Oh yeah,
That's a good question.
Really good question, and I have to look at the list of everyone that I've got. I will say, I think. Let's see. I know the voice actor that plays Lucius, who's not in it for very long. I did have like a pretty specific voice for Lucius in my head for some reason, and like no one else, even though he's not in it for very long. But that one I think definitely was like different than what I was expecting, but it was also like I really like this one, and I really like the direction this is taking. I think Daniel was probably one of the hardest ones to cast, and I'm not really sure I have a reason as to why. I just remember going back and forth quite a bit on what I was like, oh yeah, this is good, but I also like this. I don't know what I wanted for. I didn't think I knew what I wanted for his voice. So that one I think was definitely pretty difficult. But I will say we've been working on this for a while now. I've not been at any point unhappy with any of the choices that I've made with people and with how people have been doing things. I think I sometimes when I randomly will just leave in notes in the Discord server of like, hey, I was editing together lines so and so, that was great. I hope those aren't annoying, but I know I do those quite a bit.
Excited about all of those.
But
same.
I get really excited about things because I'm this is something I'm passionate about, and I'm really excited that other people are also involved in it and know about it and that kind of stuff. So that sort of didn't answer the original question, but kind of is the answer, I guess, to the original question. I kind of just didn't have like a super, since it was all written out in novels before, I didn't really have a clear picture for a lot of voices, so I'm not sure that I had a clear enough picture to really say that any that were super different. But that kind of, I'm going to use that as a springboard. I was going to say, so you guys obviously have been voicing your characters for a while, but if you were not voicing your character, who would you want to voice instead? In Rifted, obviously.
Dad, why? Don't make me. It's hard.
I'd want to be Daniel so I could just yell Aurora a bunch.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, you yell it one time and then you just use that over and over and over.
My job would be done.
Oh god.
I remember I was really excited to audition for Aurora, but now I see how many lines you got. I'm doing too many other things. I can't.
Aurora, doesn't shut up. So.
Yeah.
Perfect. Done. Don't even have to act. I want Aurora. There we go. No, I think genuinely I do think that I would want to play Aurora because I love grumpy boys. And I love being sarcastic, gritty, quote unquote gritty characters.
Aurora gets some of the best lines.
Yeah, I love a sassy, bitchy one-liner.
Oh yeah, well he is. Yeah, he does have most of the largest amount of those for sure.
It's been a lot of fun doing them.
I'm glad you're enjoying them because there's a lot of them. So I know. I hope you aren't tired of bitchy one-liners yet, because there's... If anything, they only increase.
He's such an angry gay.
You're right.
He's so catty.
You're right, but
I live for it. I really do.
Aurora, villain of Drag Race? Question mark.
Find out.
He got
I'd probably
the bitch
say
cut.
Aurora too, to be fair. I think I did actually
Yeah, you did.
audition for Aurora before it all started, and Isog, you wanted me to then audition for Daniel because you couldn't decide, or it was something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you were like, "We found our Daniel."
I was very indecisive. I don't know. I think maybe it was because they're in so many scenes together. Like I kind of, what voice in my head in quotes I did have was kind of blurred, so I couldn't really like distinguish what I wanted from which side of things. So I know there was a bit of a mix up with that in the beginning of like going back and forth, but like I said, I've been incredibly happy with everybody's stuff so far and how people have been playing characters and what I said before, whatever nice things I said before. Just play it back.
I heard some stuff the other day that been cut together for an episode that's not out yet, and you guys are not ready. It's so good.
Ooh.
Now I'm thinking of which one.
Which one?
I'll tell you later.
I really wish I had time to sit down and listen to it. I'm notoriously bad at not listening to stuff, even when I'm in it.
Where is it? Yeah, I haven't had time to listen to episode 4 yet, and I feel like I'm
There's like so many
a bad
podcasts
child.
that I'm in, some of which I'm the lead, and I haven't listened to a single episode. Because it's like, yeah, I'm sure it's great, I just don't have time.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 5, 6? Mimi.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
You're with me. You
yeah. Throw me down the stairs.
I want to know.
That's my favorite scene that I've edited so far.
It's
Like,
fantastic.
without a doubt. I'm excited for you guys to hear it.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, I don't know who added this question because I kind of made the document for people to add for ideas. But can any of you do a good impression of the other characters? It's a hilarious question. And I
I don't know what everyone else sounds like.
Everyone's just like, Aurora!
I need to know the answer to this question.
Everyone yell Aurora.
That's all we need to do.
That's it.
Yeah, the question is now, everyone go down and just say Aurora.
I'm so curious. Can anyone do a good Harriet impression?
I don't know what everyone else sounds like.
Wait, Harriet she's just a bit more high-pitched than you, right?
Yeah, just like kind of like, hi, I'm
Okay.
Harriet. Yeah, just
Okay.
really nervous. Just make her really nervous.
Nervous
Okay.
Nelly.
Yeah.
Hi, yes, Mum, I'll get on that right away. Sorry, I'm really, really gay for you. I'm so sorry. Aurora! Sorry.
Very nice.
That was everything I hoped it would be and more.
Oh, God.
Pull it together, Tuffet.
Oh, you
Oh, I
spicy,
like
madam.
that.
Is it time to do a role swap for episode 6?
Yeah.
Because I haven't had time to record yet.
We'll just switch up.
Then, write in a body swap epised.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Harriet's like, this is all I've ever wanted.
Yeah, literally. She'd be so
Go
nervous
to
about
Horny
messing it
Sale.
up, though. She'd be like, I'm suddenly in charge of everything. Oh god, I'm not qualified for this. What do I do? What do I do?
I mean, that's how she is in everything anyway. She's
Oh yeah, but it would be heightened.
Oh, yeah. Alright, I think... Hold on one second. So, for those of you, I mean, you guys are obviously parts of other projects. What made you want to audition for this project, if anything? / like, what
Okay.
character? Fair. Understandable.
Gay, because yes.
That
Okay,
is a
yes.
large part of it. I understand. Listen, I got really tired of.
It was a big part of it until I found out my character isn't even gay, so,
Okay,
what's the point?
I do joke that I do joke that Rowena's the only heterosexual character in Rifted.
The only straight in the entire universe.
Just the
It's a
one.
lonely world.
Never confirmed, but No, I do make that joke quite a bit because I think it's funny. Because
It is funny.
when people do the well, I mean, I guess I got tired of you have either the bury your gays trope. You have the no one else in it is gay except for the villain, which is why I joke all the time that Rowena's the only straight character because flipping that one.
Do be like that in real life, though.
But
They are the villain.
yeah, well, listen. But yeah, so I mean, I think a lot of it was well, this is sort of a longer story of why Rifted is the way that it is. But in a short version, I just wanted, I wanted to have fantasy stories and like cool, epic whatever adventures, but like there's also gay people in them, and that's just what it is. And I wanted that, and I've wanted that for a while. And younger me was like, oh, this is something I can do on my own. I can just make that, and that's kind of where things started. There's some questions I've got specifically from Twitter that I'll get into a bit later that are kind of more specifically about where ideas came from, but I'll get to those in a bit. But I understand as that being a draw to things. I was hoping it would be, because I also wanted to include people that would identify with different characters, and maybe not in the exact same way. I wasn't going to be like, you have to be this to play this character, but having similar experiences or similar like life things is always, I think it's always helpful with characters. I don't know if you guys can see the live chat, but one of my friends is in here and said that stuff like Rifted is really nice to see. Really nice when the main best main. Oh my god, I can't read this.
Yeah.
Okay, stuff like Rifted is really nice when the best mainstream pop culture landscape can do is Destiel, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with
good
anything that
lord.
happened with Supernatural lately. But
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I don't know how, but they somehow managed to piss off everyone.
they
It's a gift.
they somehow
They
managed.
somehow made it so much worse.
They made
than
it.
already
They
Yeah,
was.
made
like-
it gay and homophobic at the same time, and I'm
It's a skill.
it's
like,
impressively bad. It's impressively bad.
Oh,
But yeah, I
I
guess.
really did think we were past bury your gays, but I guess not.
No, I guess not. No, I will say.
You dumb bitch, never.
No, we're never done with that one.
Let me dream.
But
I'm
yeah.
still over here. It's like I've only watched the first several episodes of season 1.
I was very into. I haven't watched it in years. I just know about it because I know the internet was exploding about it. So I know about the recent
Oh,
events
yeah.
only because of that. I used to watch Supernatural when I was
Yep.
younger, and it's where I learned about queer baiting.
Oh yeah.
Probably originally where I learned about queer baiting, or at least that was a thing. But again, that's
I don't think I
Yeah.
even watched it long enough to meet what's his name,
Castiel.
Castiel. I was thinking Celestial, and I was like, that's not right. That's me. I didn't even get far enough in to meet him because I was like, this is so bad.
Mm.
I think it was the plane episode. There was the haunted plane, and it was just the CGI hurt my soul too badly that I was like, yep, and that's me. I'm done. Thank you for this experience. Bye bye now.
bye bye. Yeah, I
used to watch it fairly religiously, but I got to a point like after season 5 where the original writer had left, where it all got very convoluted and like the suspension of disbelief was kind of gone for me, so I kind of dropped out there.
Anyway, back to this
I'm glad I
show.
did. Yeah, sorry, massive tangent there.
no, it's
Anyway,
it's
back to
proper.
good representation.
Yes.
I'm hoping, I hope to do that with things. I'm trying to in as many ways as I can be good representation for things.
Yeah, and
writing that into things.
I came out as like Pan about a year ago, so I've been like auditioning for as many like gay characters as I can.
I completely understand that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's just something really nice about just getting to play these roles. And yeah, they're gay, but like that's not all they are. It's like they're characters who happen to be gay rather than being the gay character.
Yeah, bitch.
Just nice.
I appreciate a show more when you don't know what the character is throughout, and then you learn about it, rather than just being
Is rather than it being this is the gay storyline.
Yeah, we know what you are now. Yeah.
My favorite part of episode 1 is it the cold open where it's just, here's Aurora, he just shagged this dude in a stable. Anyway,
It's not a stable. It's the the bedrooms or the whatever they are.
It's a bit nicer than a stable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen.
Well, aren't you romantic having an actual bedroom? Oh.
I mean, I won't say he maybe hasn't done that in the past, but this time, yes, the cold open is him waking up with, whoever. I don't even remember who voiced the extra for that, but regardless, yeah, no, I did that is on purpose, because I just was like, you know what, we're gonna hit this right off the bat, and I really, the other thing that bothers me is when people like have written characters that are like very, obviously a gay or something, some flavor of gay, I'll say that, and then people are like, oh no, they're just really good friends, and I was like, you know what?
Oh, that's maddening.
You know
like,
what?
Look how close those two are.
Listen, here's
They're
Aurora.
Such good friends.
His
I
first
love
scene...
Aurora and Daniel. Best friends forever.
Okay, listen. When I first wrote Rifted, we're not going to talk about my past sins because I was very, very young, and I didn't know about things, which again I'll get into more later. But
You did not. Did not.
Listen. But no. So that was on purpose with Aurora's first scene being, him just waking up with that he's spent the night with like another guy, and like that's just a thing that no one says anything about it. No one's weird about it. It's just a thing, and I didn't want it to be like a huge deal, because if you watch a lot of other things, I mean, you have like the main story hero wakes up with like a random lady in his bed and then gets up and goes off for the day or whatever, so I as much as I could, I have tried to put I have definitely played into tropes somewhat that are like typically like heterosexual tropes, and then like that but gay, and some of those are in Rifted because I think they're fun, but I mean, for me at least, Rifted is hugely about just casually like having gay characters, and it's not a huge thing or like a huge plot point. It's just who they are. So that's my spiel about it for these things. So I'm glad that you guys have kind of picked up on and also been drawn to it for that reason. So
100%.
I think something else slightly more superficial that drew me to it was the fact that you either specified British accents or no accents, and I was like, yes! Yes!
My time has come!
Finally!
Step aside.
I didn't really have, like a... the accents are fairly inconsistent in Rifted, mostly because Brune, which is the Rifted land, which, fun fact, didn't have an actual name until about 2 years ago, but I've had Rifted around for like 8 years, I think, 9 years. I'm just notoriously bad at naming things. So,
Whoa, what was your hedgehog called?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Okay,
we
listen.
had the name of your hedgehog. That is blatantly not true.
yes, I did have a hedgehog named Sir Hedgeworth von Prickington when I was a child, but I will say I'm bad at naming, like, things in stories, so But in Brune, there's a couple different, places, so I was like, if accents don't match, that's fine. They are probably just from a different area, and were raised in a different area, which is, why people have different accents in the show. Because to me, it wasn't really important, if you guys could do the same accent. It was more just like, do I like this person's voice? Yes? Cool. I don't really care if they match or not. I mean, it doesn't, it wasn't a big factor in, why I chose people, so...
Yeah, I remember I I had to switch because like for Silas in that audition it was like a light Danish, and then I found out it's like, oh, he grew up with these people. It's like, oh man, I'm gonna have to switch.
Yeah. Well, both Silas and Aurora, I mean, they're kind of They also, I mean, they are not blood related to Jackson and Elizabeth. So I mean, if they've got different voices than them or different voices than other people, like that's fine. The characters' accents matching up for me isn't what was important, and it really doesn't matter to me very much, which is why I was very open about accents. There's a couple characters, like the Phaeloran have different accents because they are from a different area and a different thing entirely. So there were a couple where I was like, I do kind of want this feeling for certain characters. Or Zane has an accent on purpose because, again, he's not from the main area that everyone else is from. So unless it was like one of those characters, I really, accents wise, if I liked the voices that you guys had and I thought they fit well, the accent thing has never bothered me. Maybe it bothers other people, I don't know, but to me it hasn't been a huge deal. So
I like it as well because it kind of gives them all a bit more personality, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I've always felt is I hate projects that unless it's specifically set in a specific place, there is absolutely no reason that everyone needs to have a standard North American accent. Absolutely no reason. And it infuriates me being someone that like a majority of my career as a voice actor has been founded on my accent, which I'm not mad about. But like, I've been told so many times, like, yeah, if you were just American, you'd be perfect. And I'm like, then just cast me and get off your high horse, you little dick. You'd be perfect. But yeah, I just feel like there's so much flavour and diversity that is lost when like you get too precious about accents, unless there is a very specific reason that you've specified an accent. And that's my piece. I'm going back to my wine now.
Enjoy.
All right, I'll pull up another question, which is a fun one. I don't know who added this, but I really like this one that has nothing to do with the story particularly. But would you / your character, so an answer for both, survive in a zombie apocalypse? Also, I think adding to this question, if you were teamed up with your character, would that change the answer?
Ooh.
Okay. How do we go about this?
Do you want to go first?
I'd give it a bloody good shot.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I would immediately die. I'm too whiny. Well, I think I'd last like 2 weeks or something, but I'd just get bored. And I'd be like, you know what? Just take me. You may as well. I'm not very athletic. I'd probably, team up with people like my friends who are, how do we say, not good under pressure.
Right.
So I would probably die trying to be like, shut the fuck up! Rowena, definitely surviving. She will throw everyone under the bus. She's like, has anyone seen Train to Busan?
Yes.
I want to.
No.
There's this isn't spoilers or anything, but there's a dude who's just a massive dick who like throws someone else in the way of the zombies to run away. That like previously he'd gotten on
like
really
Rowena.
well with, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what Rowena would do. So she is gonna use every human shield she has at her disposal. Just gonna hole up in a little, probably secret sex dungeon, have some wine. And if she needs
You know what? It checks out.
The purpose of her random dungeons is to be determined. Don't worry about it.
Purpose? What do you mean? You don't just have a dungeon for the sake of fun?
She does have there are multiple ones in the keep, so who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I feel like, and for part C of the question, I feel like if we teamed up, I would survive slightly longer.
Until she throws you under the bus.
Sadly, Yeah, sadly, I couldn't seduce her into keeping me alive.
Yeah.
Pesky
straits.
Because she's too pesky straight. So yeah, I think I'd survive a couple days longer. And then she would probably use me as a human shield.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I did a lot of Boy Scouts, and I did a summer teaching at a camp in the outdoor skills area. So I think I'd have some good base knowledge, but then it gets into my health problems. It's like, huh. But my strategy for zombie apocalypse would be to hold up in a library, so I have stuff to do.
I've never heard that one, and I love that.
Even in a library, I'd get too bored. I'd just be like, "All right, come get me!" After
There'd
a
also
week.
there'd be some heavy books in there. You could probably use them as weapons.
Yeah.
That's
zombies
true.
got in.
Use the encyclopedias as barricades.
Exactly.
tower.
Knock over a shelf onto one of them. Like, you've got options. You could block the doors with shelves. Like, it's not a bad plan.
Or you could just have some fun with dominoes.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the pizza, and I was like, Domino's running in an apocalypse. Mad props to them.
I feel like
somehow they would, though.
Yeah.
They would.
I feel like Jackson would be the kind of person to set up the nice community of people, of survivors.
100%.
Without spoilers, because some of you, I have not broken into spoiler territory too much. The answer to that question is yes. And I can't really elaborate more than that, but yes. He definitely, I'm sorry, a confirmation on yes, he would set up a nice community. Is definitely a yes.
Nice.
Make of that what you will, people.
Well, I think the first thing I'd do, if I happen to be in a zombie apocalypse with Daniel, is get the hell away from Daniel.
Wise move! Really wise move!
He's going to be walking around shouting Aurora, drawing as much attention as he can, desperately to find him, and I'm not staying there. Okay?
I completely understand. Which is why I mentioned I tried to compile some specific questions for you guys. The one that I put on here for Daniel's. Did we get Justice back? Yes. Okay. Welcome back. We're talking about
zombies.
Yeah, we're talking about if you would survive the zombie apocalypse. All right. But like I was saying, one of Daniel's specific questions is, do you get tired of yelling Aurora's name in the script yet? So yeah, I understand getting away from Daniel.
I mean, it'd be a good distraction, because the zombies are all going to be paying attention to him while you pelt it in the other direction.
I mean, it's only a good distraction once, though, after he gets killed by the zombies.
Yeah.
This is true, but you get that one distraction, so it's something.
Or you do like a Shaun of the Dead where you keep him on a leash. And because it's so ingrained into his DNA that even as a zombie, he'll be like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Foolproof.
Alright, for me, I mean, I would die instantly. I am not built to survive a zombie apocalypse. With Harriet, it really does depend on who's in her survivor group. Because Harriet is competent, but she trusts way too easy. Like, if she's with Rowena, she's dead. She's absolutely dead.
She is the... Oh, wait, no. I was going to say that she would be the first that Rowena would throw out, but I feel like Rowena would keep her around the longest to, like,
100%.
Bat on her side, to be like, oh, no, it couldn't have been me. Harriet saw me doing this. Right, Harriet? She'd be like, yes, please, don't hurt me.
There's definitely that, and also because she's useful, because she'd be somewhat competent, she'd be worth keeping around for a little bit longer, but she would eventually get killed, 100%. If me and her teamed up, I like to think that she'd be good at the fighting and I'd be good at the keeping her the hell away from people who are going to manipulate her, so we might actually stand a chance.
I like that answer. I kind of had your one of the questions I had for Harriet is kind of related to that. So I'm going to skip over unless anyone else wanted to go into their zombie apocalypse plan. But for Harriet, I was going to say if you could give...
Can you hear me?
Yes. Maybe. I could momentarily. No, I can't.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having to do this from my cell phone now.
Oh, no worries.
Internet died out on me.
I had a debacle earlier, so no worries.
But no, zombie apocalypse. I'm too untrusting.
In the same boat as Harriet, then.
I wouldn't last long.
If the second part of the question also is if you teamed up with your character, would you survive? And I still think that probably doesn't change the answer much.
The hat's too eye-catching. You
Probably
wouldn't
not.
stand a chance.
He would not sacrifice the hat to stay alive.
You're right, but listen, the hat's funny because the hat's not even in fashion in Rifted. So, like in any other situation, it's also not in fashion. So, no matter what the circumstance, it's ridiculous.
It's universal.
It's a hat and a half. I'm trying to remember what it looks like, but I don't think I could ever imagine what it actually looks like.
Okay.
It's a thing to behold.
I've blocked it from my memory.
Here we go. I've got it right here.
No, why would you do... Dad, please. Dad, just ground me. I don't need this.
It's the 2 feathers that get to me.
Oh yeah, not one, but
One
2.
feather was not enough.
No, it's got to have 2.
He needs you to know that he's gay, okay?
I don't know. That hat is pretty beautiful.
It's majestic.
But
Oh, I hate it so much.
Did anyone wear it?
yeah, okay, that's
I
a
would
good
So
question.
100%
you're saying I
wear
can't
that
get
thing.
away with my...
I would 100% wear that thing.
I would wear it with a cape.
Excellent.
I feel like if
That's the only
Harriet was
acceptable
left
answer.
alone with that hat, she'd try it on and then take it off immediately because she'd realise she couldn't pull it off and then never tell anyone.
Yeah. I would just feel like drag queen Zorro. I couldn't do it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Zorro! And it's just Aurora coming out in like fishnets and
A
the hat.
petition to change Aurora's name to Drag Queen Zorro.
I wouldn't put it past him. He'd do that kind of thing. I think he'd have fun with it.
He would.
But back on some kind of track. I don't know what the track is, but it's something.
No track.
There's no track. But with Harriet being very trusting, one of my questions for Harriet specifically, a Harriet specific question was if you could give Harriet one bit of advice, what would it be?
Get the hell away from Rowena. She is not your friend. You deserve better.
You're right.
I mean, yeah.
there's
I have said this like in between takes before, just like, oh my god, girl, you deserve better than this.
Whereas I'm just like, yeah, I'd let her do this to me.
No, I think probably what I'd say to her is, there are people out there who will appreciate you for who you are. Go find them.
Miss me with that gay shit, Mimi.
No, I definitely think that's something that would. I'm not going to obviously spoil anything, but I think that as Harriet's character develops, that's definitely something that comes into play, and I think she would definitely have benefited though from hearing that earlier. Because,
Oh, for sure.
Like 10 years earlier,
yeah,
give or take.
because she spends a lot of time trying to be there in quotes, or for someone who doesn't want her to be there or doesn't value her being there. So I think she'd definitely benefit from hearing that earlier. But I think part of the reason why I like Harriet so much is, of the characters in Rifted, she probably has some of the most character development in terms of like moving in a different direction, which I think I've talked to you about before, because Harriet
Yes,
really
you have.
comes into play a lot in the third arc.
I am very fond of my anxious bean.
But I know that she's, for a while kind of not as forefront as the others, but she definitely comes into her own towards the third arc of things, which is, again, why I'm really excited for that one, because I think it's my favorite, and it's when a lot of characters have things like that happen. So I'm excited for hers, though, specifically, just because I think Harriet has a cool little progression in there.
I agree. I'm trying not to say anything.
Well, you guys
Doing your
both
best.
know what I'm talking about to some degree, but for those of you that don't, I don't want it to be too obvious, but
Things will happen.
things will happen. I sort of springboarding off of that question, back to Rowena a little bit. If you could have Rowena do one thing differently, what would it be?
Oh God, that is a question and a half. I was gonna say not be such a bitch, but then I'm like, nope, that's not gonna work.
I thought you were going to say not be straight.
That is a good suggestion. Yeah. I don't know. What would I have her do differently apart from change her sexual identity?
It doesn't have to be a big thing. It can literally just be a decision that she makes.
I would say rather than go the whole torture route, just fucking shoot someone. You'd save yourself probably an entire 3-arc structure.
Yeah.
It would have been a very short story.
Oh, it would have been very short. We wouldn't have had nearly as much going on, but
That she had to
Honestly,
monologue.
it's things like that where, yeah, it's always the way where it's like, you could just say that one fucking piece of information, or like just do the one simple thing. But no, you have to do this. I'm feeling really passionate about this at the moment because I was listening to the Harry Potter audiobook the other day for Order of the Phoenix, and where Harry's like at his hearing, and they're like, "You did the Patronus in the presence of a Muggle," and it's like, yeah, bro, that's his blood relative. He fucking knows he can do magic. It's not a breach of anything. And I was like, just say that!
Let's go back to like his first year where the bunch of owls flew in through the house, so they had to go to an island, so they then had the door bust down.
And they're like, well, you
He had a pigtail! He knows! He knows!
He knows that magic exists. He knows he lives with a wizard.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I would just have Rowena shoot Aurora. So then we can shut Daniel up as well.
How very in character of you, yet again.
Well.
Bold of you to assume he'd stop yelling.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You'd
And
yell it
Daniel
more.
can fall in love with me, which is definitely something she really wants. She's like, "Hi, I got you a nice retirement house. Sure would look nice if there was a bed for two."
Rowena tried to be slick.
Didn't work.
No, definitely didn't work.
Alright. I have a couple more questions that I wanted to get through, and then a couple questions from Twitter, and then I've also got if you guys have questions too. But I kind of in the same vein of not really on exactly about the story, but I also like this question. But between you and your character, who would win in a fight? Is one that came up.
How tall is Silas?
Very. Silas is, I think, the tallest drifted character. He's like 6'4", I think.
Oh, he's an inch taller than me.
He's very like gaunt though. So I don't know. I don't know if you could take. I don't know if that helps, but he's not very like. Solid.
Maybe.
He also probably wouldn't fight you, just on principle. So.
Yeah. See.
No, that's what. Oh.
Is he lankier than me? That's the question.
he's very lanky and.
He's like Slender Man. Okay.
Ooh,
Can't beat that. Can't beat that.
I mean,
my dad is really lanky, and he's like 6'8", so
Oh my god.
Runs in the family.
yeah. So yeah.
I mean, what we're talking here is Daniel on a horse, and does he have a gun, or is it?
only the power of his voice.
He just gets out the megaphone and just shouts "Aurora!" and it like knocks you to the ground. You're like,
Yes! Ah!
my eardrums have burst.
I think I do pretty well, to be fair. I'm quite an athletic dude, and I do practice taekwondo, so I think that would help me
Huh.
out.
Then I think you definitely would win.
Yeah, that's an easy fight one there.
Yeah, what was it that I described him to you as yesterday, Isog? What was it? Trick-ass little bitch? What was it?
I don't remember. It was a lot of things.
He's a very small man in my eyes.
Which is funny because he's not.
And exactly, he just seems like such a twink that like I can't imagine him beating one of the fucking hamsters that are out in the rift. Like, come on, guys. Come
No,
on.
I will
I
say
think we're not
actually,
giving him enough credit.
if we're
He fought-
including the Phaelorn and the height thing, then Silas is not the tallest. But human-wise, I think Silas is probably the tallest one. But I think, I mean, Daniel does know how to do things. It's just a matter of can he pull his shit together enough to do it. Like, at
And
the
the answer
That's
is no.
That's exactly what Aurora is always thinking.
like, can he's capable. It's just can he get his shit together and actually do it? You know.
With me and Harriet, it would definitely be sort of the thing where neither of us would actually want to fight each other. So I like to think we just sit and have a nice conversation.
You would just play Smash Bros.
Yeah, be nice.
I love that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight Harriet,
Yeah.
and I don't think she'd want to fight me. So
Oh,
that
no.
would just be how that that would be how that
Play some
happened.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Bless her.
Yeah.
Battle of Wits with Jackson.
Mm.
Jackson would
All I
fight
could
you.
think of was Vizzini from Princess Bride.
Yes.
Jackson would probably be.
So, what kind of fight are we talking? Like a sexy little spar fight to the death? What is this?
Of course, the first option is a sexy little spar.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't put this question down, so this was one of you guys. Well, I don't know if it was one of you specifically, but someone in the group put it down. But I just think it's funny. So I feel like I'm gonna regret saying this, but whatever you would want it to be.
That's a deep can of worms, babe. With Rowena, if the gun came into play, I know I'd be buggered, but I'd probably thank her. Then I'd have to pay off
But
my
would you
student
be?
loans.
We've just established she's terrible at actually shooting.
That's true.
That is true.
I mean, she
Um,
does actually shoot eventually.
Yeah, but she gets out about 5 monologues first.
Yeah,
All you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to do is keep her monologuing.
Don't
yeah.
make me threaten to shoot you.
Again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She'd like grab my chin and then go on for another 45 minutes, and I'd be like wrapped on every word. I'm not super athletic, but I'm quite strong in the legs. I do a lot of horse riding, so I feel like if I just kick her out and then I just get
Just
on
go
the
for the
ground, I just
knees.
keep stamping away.
Wait.
I could probably win.
Is the horse riding you? Why are your legs strong?
Because you don't ride with your arms. Okay, so like quick horse riding lesson. It's all about the legs. So you grip with your legs. The hands just happen to be there.
Yeah. I
Your
also
hands don't actually do anything.
I also grew up riding horses, so I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
Thank you.
I owned a horse until about a year or two ago when I moved.
Wow.
One of us. What was your horse's name?
Steel. She was a Tennessee walking horse, and she was great.
Oh.
I've had her since. Or I had her-
Someone's fancy. Okay.
I got her for my 9th, or my 9th birthday is when I got her, and I had her for a very long time. But she's still around. She just
Aw.
doesn't live with me anymore because I moved up towards Chicago area, so I'm further away. But I did for most of my life grow up riding horses.
That's
So
cute. Bless.
all right, let's see.
So yeah,
Question,
I feel like I could.
Sorry.
Sorry, I feel like I could barely get the drop on Rowena. Granted that I could kick her to the ground first.
There.
Continue, Mimi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, here's a question. Which of our characters could you fight?
None of them.
Some serious deep thought there.
That was a lot of silence.
What?
I was like, I don't even want to breathe in case I'm infringing on his thinking time.
He had equations and things around him.
That was such a solid dramatic pause of just absolute silence.
I know.
I think I could take Aurora in a fight.
I
Just knock his hat off and then go for it.
We both got a bum left leg, but I think I could still take him.
was gonna say just sweep the leg and you're fine, right? That's the what is that, Karate Kid where they do that? The sweep the leg. I think it's Karate Kid.
Cobra Kai.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking about.
Sweep the leg, steal the hat, bish bash bosh, done.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Oh, bish bash bosh. What a phrase.
Kick the face again. Kick the face a third time. Repeat this step.
That's the only
Kick
thing he's
to
got
the
going
tibia.
for him sometimes.
Oh no.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Do you guys have a favorite character that isn't your own character?
Aurora.
Yes.
Well, I feel like we know from how much I want her to kick me down the stairs that Rowena's my favorite, but
I'd specify that it's not your own character.
yeah, which is why I feel like the runner-up is probably either Aurora or which is the sassy Phaelaren? Because one of them's sassy and one of them's very serious. Or am I completely misremembering that?
No, I'm just trying to think if you're talking about Ron or if you're talking about Bantam.
Which is the sassy hamster? Quickly, you have 5 seconds. Or I change my answer.
I'm just picturing a sassy hamster now, so.
Shaw's the really angry one, and Bantram's the kind of
Probably Bantram.
diplomatic
One of them just had a really great voice, and I was on a walk, and I was just absolutely cackling in the middle of the woods. You know.
This one does.
Hashtag just girly things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Love
summon Baphomet tonight. Meet me in the woods. We're gonna have a little cackle, ladies.
Did you just say summon Baphomet?
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Just girly things.
Just girly things.
Let's go!
Meet me in the woods in 10, guys.
Yeah, I'd probably definitely say Rowena too. Like,
Yeah, baby!
character.
One of us.
Yeah. Rowena's just deliciously evil. It's awesome.
She's
Deliciously evil. I'm gonna put
definitely-
that on my tagline.
She's definitely one of my favorite characters to write, especially to write dialogue for. She's, I think, one of the most fun to write dialogue for, because her speaking pattern is a lot different than everyone else's, somewhat.
What, because it's a monologue?
Yeah, because everything is, the flair and the dramatics, and I think it's a lot of fun. So,
Because she knows that when she's in the room, everyone's got to listen to her.
she's got their attention.
That was.
I'm sorry you get one of those. I think that's the only time Aurora's... No, wait, that's not true. You get more of those later. But Aurora doesn't drink very often, but I think there is one more.
That was so much fun.
Any chance for method acting to get in there a little bit.
Yeah, I do think that there's some more. You've got some more to do in the future, so you have that to look forward to, I guess. Look forward to? Question mark.
Awesome.
Drunk Aurora will make a triumphant return.
Exactly. All right. On the flip side of that, did you guys have a scene that you thought was the hardest to record?
Ooh.
And then I've got one more after this one.
It was just the yelling for me, like in the beginning, because I'm relatively new to all this, so I didn't know what I was doing. So I was peaking the audio a lot and having to fix that.
trying to think. What was the most difficult to record? I don't know. I think there's a part again in 5 where she's like addressing the crowd, and I'm like, I have no idea how to do this.
Yeah, it's hard when you're one person in a room and you have to,
Yeah, it's very hard because I was like, I don't know how many people there are that I'm addressing. I don't know, like, if I'm shouting McShouterson, if I've got a megaphone and I'm just shouting Aurora.
No, that's Daniel.
I don't know, man. Yeah, so I was a bit like, how do I make this like sound good without either shouting or like straining my voice or just sounding like an idiot? And like it was just like such a simple 4 short paragraphs, and I was like, this is so hard. Why?
You do get stuck on things sometimes, though, don't you? Where it's like you've been recording the same line for a good 10 minutes and you forget what the meaning of the words even are because you've heard so many takes of the same words.
Yeah.
So how do I speak?
I think with the first episode, because I don't think there was any narration in the first episode.
There is
so
now.
That made... Oh.
I went back and added it because I originally was going to do this differently and then realized that I didn't want to do it that way. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. There wasn't originally.
I just remember seeing the script and some lines were a bit harder because I wasn't exactly sure what the hell was going on.
Yeah,
I can't.
Oh, go ahead.
I can't think of a specific scene that was difficult, but more just a insight into the way that I record Harriet is because she is this nervous bundle of energy. I flail around my hands a lot when doing her lines, so I have this really bad habit of knocking the microphone.
always.
Yeah, you
I had
guys.
to throw out so many takes because I've just thwacked the microphone in the middle.
I'd say you guys all kind of. Well, Daniel not so much, but you all kind of have very motion-oriented characters, so to some degree, of varying reasons. But I think you've sent me a couple takes where there's like you swearing because you've hit the microphone in the background, and then trying to do another one.
You're also good. You edit out your fuck-ups? Damn, could never be me.
I did also. I genuinely enjoy the bloopers and the stuff like that. I like going through them.
I need to send more. Like, I always forget about them once I've got.
Yeah, me
Sometimes
too.
I just cut them out. I'm like, I'll use them later.
Yeah, no,
I just have such a habit of cutting out when things have gone wrong that I don't even think about.
Oh no. I have one continuous recording that goes on for up to an hour, sometimes
They're
over.
quite long sometimes.
I do noise removal and equalization. I'm like, there you go, mate. Take it.
They're great. They're great.
The opposite.
I'm so chaotic.
No, because I get a little stir crazy sometimes when I'm editing the lines together. So like having the random either comments or mostly commentary on things that are happening, or just bouts of swearing because the line has gotten messed up. Definitely break it up for me, and it makes it a lot of fun for me to do. So no, I never mind when you guys send me stuff like that because I think it's fun.
I'm still waiting for the Liz supercut of bloopers.
Oh, I'll do it as soon as I finish editing episode 5.
It will be very long because there's a lot of.
It'll be longer than the main episode. I guarantee it.
That's true.
Wonderful.
All right, so I've got one more question for you guys, and I suppose only. Well, okay. Once again, I've said we're trying to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but for those of you who do not know about certain things, what is your biggest scheme or idea or something that you think is going to happen? I was trying to think of how to word this question.
Am I allowed to give my crack theory for this?
Yes,
since
absolutely.
I know things.
Absolutely. And yeah, I'm going to say if you do,
Wonderful.
you're welcome to make something up, so.
There better be dragons.
I mean, it wasn't going to be what it 100% is now because dragons make everything better.
I like you.
Who's going first?
I don't know. You seemed pretty raring to go with your little crack theory.
Are we opening with a crack theory?
Can I go with my crack theory? So he wants to go, and it's like, all right, Mimi, pick a lane.
I felt like we should have had one of like the actual theories first. For sure, let's delve into crack territory. Okay, so Aurora is secretly controlled by a butterfly wearing a top hat who hides under his hat. He hides under his hat. That's why he always has to wear his hat.
He has a symbiotic relationship with a parasitical butterfly.
Yes.
I love Venom 1380 edition.
Oh my god.
Wow, Marvel really outdid themselves this time, guys.
Yeah, guys, sorry, I didn't mention the fact that...
What was that? Adam, what was that noise that just came out of your godforsaken mouth?
It's the voice of the butterfly.
Adam, I'm sorry, we can't be friends. That was too disturbing.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention to you guys that we are affiliated with Marvel. So that's cool.
No, could never actually be real. Disney will not green light this many gay characters.
There's too many gay characters. You're right.
This is like their gay rep done for like the next century. It's like
it's all in one. Everyone just is crammed into one.
All in one.
Guys, they didn't like the one-eyed lady in what shit? What was the one with Onward? They didn't like the one gay ogre lady in Onward. What do we do next? Everyone's gay.
Everyone's
brilliant,
gay.
except the villain. Brilliant! You're got a promotion, Timothy.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
For those of you with not crack theories.
Oh, and also dragons, because I hadn't included
Also dragons, okay.
Dragons.
I almost forgot.
Everyone's a dragon except Rowena. That's why she's always so angry.
I would also be angry if I wasn't a dragon and everyone else was, so I understand.
Yeah.
Alright, that's my theory. I'm sorry to out the ending of Rifted to you guys, but yeah, that's where it's all going.
Mimi, come on.
Parasitic butterflies, dragons, yeah.
Marvel.
I feel like that's definitely the plot of some Japanese video game out there somewhere.
Oh, probably.
If it isn't, it will be now.
We will make it.
We will make it. Clearly, we've got the voice acting for the butterfly sorted.
Yeah, we definitely had that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What do I think is going to happen? Or what would I like to happen? I'd like her to, get a steady boyfriend.
She won't be so angry all the time.
Just let her chill out a tiny bit. Actually, no, that would be the opposite. That would make an even bigger problem because now there's a man in her life. Feel like it's gonna turn into an Mpreg fic with Aurora and Daniel.
My god.
Alright, thanks for coming to the stream, everyone. I think that's enough right there.
There's no way Daniel tops. So Aurora definitely impregnates Daniel with a butterfly with a top hat baby.
Yes.
And
My
they call it Sir Hedgeworth von
Oh my
Flappington the second. I mean,
oh god. Weird how I suddenly regret doing these questions. Weird.
That's a
How I
big
have
no.
massive
Yeah, no,
regrets.
I genuinely don't have any idea how I could predict what would happen, so
Understandable.
that's what I came up with, but you haven't disproved it, so
Exactly.
also you didn't disprove the fact that Daniel in no way tops, so
I have no
thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm gonna sign off now. Thank you
I've
guys.
got no comment. Again, is my answer here for any of that is no comment.
Butterfly with top hat confirmed.
It's
Oh
as
my
good
God.
as a yes. Exactly.
Alright, so does anyone who doesn't have a crack theory have a theory?
This is where there's a 1,000 people with their hands up and then they suddenly put them down.
Exactly, put all the hands down.
Anyone got a theory that doesn't contain a butterfly?
You, there in the hat at the top. Speak.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm going to refer to them as from now on.
Oh, someone in the chat said I agree. Dragons make everything better.
Well, they're right.
Damn, I thought they were going to say I agree.
Q&A stream gone wrong, gone sexual? Question mark. What else did we? I mean, I don't know what else I expected.
Gone
Just girly
sexual,
things.
full stop. There is no question.
Just girly things.
Just girly things.
Oh, let's
Can
see.
we worship this butterfly as the god of this
Oh my
world?
god.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I need to make a Photoshop
Oh,
of this one now
here we
too.
go.
Yes.
Oh no.
I should stop giving you ideas.
No, you should never stop.
You're just feeding
Absolutely
into the
never.
ideas.
You must pray to the.
What color is the butterfly, Mimi?
Well,
There-
this is a good question.
It has no colour.
Has no colour.
No, I know. I'm letting you come up with the color of it now.
I just loved how quick in you were there with it just like that he has no colour.
Oh wait, I found a rainbow butterfly. It's all we need. I
Oh,
take back your
perfect.
choice. It's a gay butterfly.
Of course, the rifted butterfly is a gay butterfly.
Is there? Ooh, now these are some spicy top hats. I'm not gonna. Steampunk.
Ooh.
Steampunk gay but
Ooh.
it's happening. It's happening.
It's all coming together.
Oh no, I can't find a render of it. Shit. Ooh. Oh, I found one that has a feather in it. That seems quite fitting.
My god. I love
Steampunk,
it.
steampunk. Please be in render, please.
Steampunk.
Done. Got it.
Alright,
Mission succeeded.
anyway.
Today we are creating art.
What is the name of this butterfly, Mimi?
I've never given him a name.
Gasp!
That was a
That was
really
so
good.
anime.
That was a really good anime
That
boy
was
noise.
great.
Do
I'm
it.
assuming that
Give
this
it a
one is
name.
Daniel.
It was.
You birthed this creation.
Oh,
now
God.
I
call
did
it.
birth this creation. I feel like this creation can mean many things to many people, and as such can have many names. So, what do you want the butterfly to be called?
Are you saying that the butterfly is God? It has many names.
It has many names.
I'm really.
Jim.
I mean, we did say we were going to worship it, so.
I'm really glad that I set up a my list of things to do here, and I somehow missed the butterfly. I don't know how, but it totally slipped my mind.
It's
you know?
it's the butterfly effect for you.
For fuck's sake.
God.
Alright,
That was
until
bad.
dawn, pipe down. Right. So, see, now what we're not going to do is that.
All right, for the last two who did not answer the theories question before I move on, is there anything that we've got to say?
You know what the answer's going to be, dude.
Yeah, you're right.
Why would you ever ask? Oh, yes. Oh, this is coming out so beautifully. I actually cannot believe how much I love. Fucking hell, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Oh. Guys.
Uh-oh. What
I think I'm actually a genius.
Hello, chat.
cannot
I've
wait.
lost control of
I
everything.
cannot wait to see this.
I'll
gone
get
off the
some
rails, chat.
magic particles in here.
Somebody get on some comic strips so we've got the voice actors to go on. I'll happily volunteer as the voice.
Give me something that someone would say. Wait, just give me a random quote.
What, the butterfly?
Literally
Same
anyone.
quote.
Just give me a random quote. I'm not going to tell you what it's for.
Well, you're putting us on the spot now.
Exactly. Your actors, improv. Dance, monkey, dance.
Time is an illusion. There you go.
Done.
Hey! Somebody's got a brain.
All right, I'm skipping to the final thing that I've got here, which is just some questions from Twitter. So I
Ooh.
didn't come up with these, and I didn't. Whoever added the questions didn't come up with these. One of these is from my buddy Cece, who I think is still here in the chat. Maybe is still here in the chat. Who asked what was the inspiration for the Phaeloran, like the look and culture-wise. And I will say the Phaeloran, if anything, had been the oldest thing that has existed, because before Rifted I had a project with similar characters when I was very, very small, because I've been doing this for too long. And they kind of evolved from there. As for like culture-wise and look-wise, the land that Rifted takes place in is sort of like Nordic-based, I guess. So for a lot of the Phaeloran, it was kind of looking at like Viking things, and so you had large Viking-inspired battle cats, I guess is the best way to describe them. But
I love that.
that's mostly where the inspiration for them came from, is, you know, various sort of not medieval, but you know what I mean, like that sort of era of you know, Nordic inspired or Viking inspired stuff. So mostly that's what they are inspired by. As for look wise, good question. I don't know. I don't know. I apparently decided that, and I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for that part, but that's mostly where they came from. They definitely, though, as far as things go, have been around for the longest amount of time. But mostly it's, you know, Nordic, Viking, older era, that kind of thing. We also had, how did you decide to do a podcast as your medium to tell your story? Which I think was also from somebody on Twitter. I did not write down who they were from, though, because I'm a dumb little man. But I kind of got into this when we were talking about things in the beginning, and I mentioned I wanted the collaborative aspect, and the you know, having other people involved and talking to other people and working with other people was really something that drew me to doing this. I also was just kind of getting interested in doing voice acting and audio stuff, so I thought, hey, this would be fun to do because it's kind of connected to that, but it's also, you know, I can make it its own thing. But mostly it was, especially when COVID hit, and I know you guys were talking earlier about, you know, COVID hitting and how being stuck, you know, not really doing anything. This was something I could still do and interact with people and, you know, have some sort of like interaction with people outside of, you know, my small group that I live with or whatever. So I think it was kind of just a way of being somewhat social and also productive at the same time. So that's kind of why I decided on this specifically. But I sort of just I think, as we got into before, we're talking about how on accident is the answer. That's kind of the answer for this one too, is on accident. I just thought it would be fun, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just do the prologue. And now it's not just the prologue anymore, and that's kind of how things went. In terms of timeline wise, I just started out with, I was going to try it and see how it went. I enjoyed it. I kept doing it. Now we're here. Now there's a lot of us that are involved in this, and that also keeps me accountable for not just dropping things and quitting projects and quitting things, which I am kind of bad about doing. So again, I think this just kind of gave me that boost as well. But, you know, in times of COVID, it's kind of hard to interact with people, so I think it gave me that too. So that's the answer for that one. I think, let's see. So these ones are also from Twitter, but I did not add them, so I don't know where they
And
were.
that question was from Kate,
Oh, it
according
was?
to Twitter.
Okay.
Aquatic Intrepid was the one
Yes.
who asked that.
That's...
Sorry, I had to catch myself from laughing then because of Liz's.
I didn't catch myself. You heard me laugh, and I apologise.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was a bad time for me to post, but I got carried away.
That is art.
I will definitely share all of the art that's
I
been
hate
shared
myself.
probably on the Twitter, so you guys can see what I've been tortured with for the last almost
Yeah, you guys need
you
to
know,
see
We'll
this.
need
amount
to
of time.
see this, yeah.
I mean, you don't need to see it. You will.
But you will. You have no choice. But as far as questions go, I think I've
Excuse you, tortured with? What you have been gifted on this
gifted
night?
with. Sorry,
I mean, living up to Rowena's name.
they've been bestowed upon me. But what was I gonna say? I guess my final thing I kind of wanted to do was just open it up to you guys. If you guys had questions for each other, or if you had questions or anything you wanted to bring up, or something else that came up while we were talking and didn't get to be brought up earlier. Because I think I've gotten through most of what I planned anyhow, so.
Okay.
Suddenly been given a lot of power.
Yes.
It's okay if not, but I figured I'd open it up too, so it wasn't just me, talking the whole time.
Yeah, I get that. Nothing really comes to mind right now.
Brain's still stuck on the butterfly, so I'm not going to be much help.
I've been forever changed by the grace of the butterfly.
Right, well, here's
mean,
a
you're
question then. What do we name the butterfly?
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is
yes.
an important question. This is important.
This is. I think. I said Jim, but no one seems to.
I didn't hear you. I
Jim.
like Jim. Jim's great. I really like that. I
He's a
really
great
like
guy, isn't he? That
The
Jim?
J in Jim stands for just girly things.
that. Yes! It comes full circle.
You have been named Butterfly.
Just Jim things.
Come together today to celebrate
Also,
the grace of Jim.
have we started a cult around a butterfly?
Cult of Jim.
Also, I love how in the background we have just this amazing art by
Yeah.
we have this amazing art going, and then I'm just here making demonic photos of Jimothy and not Aurora, it's fucking
Jimothy.
Jimothy and the
Timothy.
bottom. Mr. Megaphone.
Oh my god.
Mr. Megaphone is one of his new nicknames now.
Mr. Megaphone.
Megaphone man.
I'm particularly proud of how I shaded in the edge of the megaphone handle under his cloak.
He always has it.
How is it staying there? You'll never know.
I'll never tell.
I'm gonna need a sticker of that butterfly.
The longer that I look at this picture, the more glorious it is. Because can we acknowledge for a second that it looks like they're both floating? Because if you look at where the ground is,
Dragons.
dragons.
There's a dragon just below frame that they're standing on. It's Jim's buddy, Tim.
Oh god.
Of course,
Jim
Jim
and
controls all the dragons.
Wait, can we have a spin-off series about Jim and Tim and their wacky
Please.
adventures?
Please.
The wacky adventures of Jim and Tim. Can you not imagine a better show?
Alright.
But I do
Oh.
have a question.
Go for
like
it.
as far as like technology,
Mhm.
like how far does it go? Like what all is accessible? I know we talked about megaphones and stuff, but
Well, there are. I'm sorry to disappoint, but in the Rifted canon, there are no megaphones.
oh,
That's what you
Always
think.
change that.
Yeah. Well,
I
apparently.
mean,
just
in
like-
fairness, I don't feel like Daniel needs a megaphone to be heard.
They can just like bundle up paper and shout through it. It does the
That's
same
true.
basic thing, right?
What is the thing where they say? The
They did it in
author's-
Shrek 3. You can't debate it. It's a scientific fact.
But the author's dead anyway, so who cares? But technology-wise, they're kind of based, sort of. It was a lot more in some of the earlier iterations of Rifted, which I've talked about me and my sins before. But it's sort of based like very early 1900s, like kind of Wild West era in terms of weaponry and what technology is available. They would have similar stuff to that. Probably not much more. But in terms of technology and what they have access to, in the South, they would probably have more like they probably have trains and stuff like that, and different modes of transport. In the East, it's just harder because it's snowy and cold all the time. So making something that can get through that consistently would maybe not be great. Also, people tend to avoid going east for some reason. And
I think even it was scared about the potential power of a D&D campaign.
Oh, it definitely was.
It was like, oh no, oh no, no, no.
Oh no, not that. But in terms of things, I think questioned out, and I've gotten through everything I wanted to get through here. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. And thank you guys for
thanks for having us.
Answer questions and chat and make horrible monstrosities.
I don't know what you mean.
Praise Jim.
That is our Lord and Savior, Jim.
Jim. Savior of all.
You guys
destroyer of all also.
That did catch it in the chat.
With one flap of his wings, he can change your fate.
The butterfly effect.
Got to enjoy my pain. Those of you in the chat got to enjoy my pain live. But I will link everybody that was here today in the description. Everything you can find us. You can find us a couple of different places. We're on YouTube, not as frequently. We're pretty active on Twitter, and I believe the Twitter, I'm going to put it in the chat, but I think it's just Rifted Podcast.
Yes.
Everyone that was here today, all the voice actors and crew folks, I'm going to put their Twitters and related social medias in the description of this thing when I'm done. But thank you guys for coming. Check us out on Twitter. We'll probably do this again because it's fun. So
yeah,
I will.
Hell yeah!
I will let you guys know in the future when we're planning on doing that stuff again. But anyhow, thank you all for coming, and I'm gonna end the stream before